Hello. Yeah, so apparently, was I streaming that whole time? I don't think I was, but I might find out later that I was on a stream that whole time. Alright, so let's get things started. So I ran into some roadblocks, a lot of roadblocks creating this. So I hope you enjoy it. Here's basically just an overview of what these comps are if you haven't seen it, or if you didn't, weren't aware of it last year when I made it. This is an updated version using 2021 data. The only problem is though is that it doesn't include week 18 because I exported and did all the data stuff before week 18 even started. So this is just how it's gonna be until later on in the year, like maybe August or something. I'll update it, but this is what we got so far, and it's good enough because I spent a long time on this. So you're gonna open up your sheet, right? It's going to be view only. So you first want to do is make a copy, right? So now you're gonna come to this page. This is your copy of it. Okay. Now in the top left corner, you have the draft round there selected. You have the coefficient of variation, which is just a measure of consistency, and you have the kurtosis, which is a measurement of the tail of the bell distribution of all the points that they scored during the season. These three things basically describe, not including draft round, but the consistency and boom bust kurtosis. Those two things kind of describe the distribution of their points throughout the season, and it also uses points per game. So it's touching on those three bases along with the career year that they're in and the draft round. So it's as simple as changing the player's name. Like if you wanted to see, let's look at Tyreek Hill. If you wanted to see Tyreek Hill, you change his name and then wait for it to load. Okay, now you're not done yet, right? We could change the year, but I'm not going to do it in this situation. But once you do that, and then hypothetically once you change the season to a different season, like you can change it to any season since 2010, but if the player didn't play that season, then it's not going to work, obviously. So this is Tyreek Hill's 6th career year, and to run the actual comps to get, because this isn't really what it's coming up as comps, you have to still press this button. So you press the button and it's going to run a script. Now here's something tricky. This is the reason why I'm doing this video. So give it a second. It doesn't take this long once you get it set up. It's actually never taken this long, so I don't know why it seems like it's taking forever, but yeah, this is taking really long. Normally doesn't take this long at all. Should I try it again? Okay, so yeah, so it's going to tell you authorization is required To get past this, all you have to do is hit continue, and then choose the account that you're signed into, the Gmail. Right? It's gonna say Google hasn't verified this app. Right? This is only because it's running a script in which it is sorting in a different tab. So once you hit the button, it's gonna sort A to Z in the player list tab by itself, and you'll see that. But Google has a problem with it because it's like basically running an automation that they never cleared. You know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm some big company that did this, or somebody that that was verified by Google, if that makes sense. This is just a precaution because they don't know what's in the code, basically. But the code, I'm telling you, is literally just to sort a column, so no need to worry about it. All you do is hit advanced, go to untitled project. It says unsafe, it's not unsafe, and then hit allow. So then what that's gonna do is once you hit this again, it's gonna sort this column by itself. Look at that. And then it's gonna bring you back to this page. And then at this page, these are the comps. So Tyreek Hill's the best comp for 2020 in the points per game distribution is Stephon Diggs, right? Now, if you wanted to see more comps than just this, there's only 17 comps that are considered close, which means within 2.5 deviations, right? You basically just have to go to the total comps and you have a list of all the players that comp Tyreek Hill. Of course, number one is himself. Diggs, Thielen, Crowder, Steve Johnson, and then you can even look and see what they have in common. So I'm gonna go ahead and lock this or freeze this. Free view. So you could go and see. Okay, how old was Stephon Diggs? 27. Okay, that's good. That matches up. Even though age isn't something that's considered, it's actually career year. So the closest comp. So Diggs and Hill in draft round. Hill was drafted in the 6th round, while Diggs was drafted in the 5th round. So that's kind of part of why their comp is close. They're both in their 6th career year. They averaged around the same amount of points. Their coefficient of variation was pretty close. Kurtosis was a little bit off. Draft round. So then this is just getting into the Z-score of each of the categories. So yeah, so it's literally only using these 5 and comparing them. So it's as simple as that, and it's pretty cool. And over here, you know, you have the following year, what the player did, what rank, like, player were they, position rank. So Stephon Diggs in 2021 was 7th ranked wide receiver, averaged 16.4 points per game, and finished in the top 12. So then this right here is actually going through all the comps that are within 2.5 deviations and creating a hit rate. How many of those comps ended up being in the top 5 the next year? And then how many of these comps, how many of the comps ended up being in the top 12 the next year? And then how many of the comps ended up being in the top 24 the next year? So this is actually pretty telling that Tyreek Hill should still be in the top 12, should be in the top 24. It's kind of tricky to continue to stay in the top 5, but we'd hope he stays in the top 5. Based out of all the comps, of course, there's here and there's players where their next year is 2022, where there's no data yet, that's next year. So that's actually included within this. So if a player has a lot of 2022 or 2021 comps within this, then that means that this number might be a little bit off, but for the most part it's right. Besides, there's only 17 total comps. This is a total of 14. As you can see, it counts how many. And yeah. So that's kind of a summary of what this is and how to use it. If you have any questions, of course, you can always DM me on Twitter or ask me. I'm pretty active in PA Howdy's Discord. And yeah. Just for fun, we're gonna go and look at a running back, maybe Aaron Jones. Why not? And just a thought or something, a reminder. It doesn't take into account games played, so that's like one flaw of this. But yeah, so see how this should be sorted from least to greatest. So you have to hit the button. Where'd the button go? Sometimes the button doesn't load, but it's running the script and you're gonna see it sort this A to Z. Boom. And I didn't even touch it. Right? So finish the script. And the closest comp was actually 2021 James Conner. Right? Isn't that cool? So yeah, I don't know what happened to the button, but it's still there. So if you click it, it goes through. So that's weird. Maybe if I try reloading it, I don't know why it just disappeared. Kinda. That's super bizarre. Oh, there it is. Okay. But yeah, that's like pretty much a summary of the sheet. I'm not good at ending these things, but yeah, I'm going to update the instructions on this, and then after I do that, because this is saying kurtosis times standard deviation. I don't know why it's saying that, because that's not what it is. Well, I think I just put the stars there because there's stuff that you might not know, but at the same time that gets confusing. All this is not even supposed to be here anymore. So I'll actually set it up really quickly. I'll just put in the instructions, and yeah, we'll end the video, and I'm gonna embed the video into the sheet. So if you ever need to look back at this to help you, it'll be there. But yeah. I'm gonna end it right there.